Hey, Nathan here. I'm an NLP and hypnosis therapist who helps professionals to overcome anxiety with one-on-one therapy. In this video, I'm going to explain what anxiety is, why it happens, and 2 techniques to begin reducing it. By understanding what it is and why it happens, you'll understand what's really going on with you, and you can look to appropriate resources to help reduce or overcome anxiety attacks, and/or panic attacks. With the 2 techniques, you'll be able to begin reducing the severity and regularity of anxiety and attacks. So what is anxiety? Anxiety is patterns, beliefs, and experiences acting against desired choices, battling it out in your mind, projected forward through time. Let's start with the example of 20-year-old Frank who has social anxiety. While he enjoys spending time with people, his anxiety can kick into high gear when around others. At times, he laughs and jokes with others, while other times, his mind starts running mean and debilitating stories about what could happen when around others. This is a classic meet people versus stranger danger versus low self-esteem triad. Frank wants to meet people, be social, date, and go out with friends. A part of his upbringing taught him to be like this. Another part of his upbringing taught him to be aware of strangers and be cautious around new people. As a child, this can be a useful pattern to have, but as you grow older, it becomes less useful as your resources to interact with others and protect yourself increases. Also, during his childhood and teenage years, Frank made mistakes and gaffed many times and was joked about by his friends and schoolmates. This dragged his self-esteem down and he never found a way to fully recover from it. So when around others, Frank has this background set of stories running in his mind about being put down. So looking at each of these patterns, it's now easy to see why sometimes Frank can be around people and have fun, other times he's wary around people, and other times he doesn't want to be around people. Each reaction matches an underlying pattern, an underlying belief in his mind. When one pattern is running, say stranger danger, and he needs to meet a new colleague at work, he'll seem off to the new colleague. Frank would rather be the fun Frank, but that pattern isn't what kicked in. So Frank feels his fight or flight nervous system kick in a little because the stranger danger pattern activates it. He also feels a little anxious and frustrated because he wants to be the fun Frank, but his choice isn't matching the underlying pattern that's running. This conflict between desired choice and the underlying pattern creates even more anxiety. Now let's look at why anxiety happens. Well, after each individual is born, we begin growing up and learning. As we learn, we gain different patterns and beliefs and experiences. These patterns, beliefs, and experiences can create conflict, and when future projected, the mind and body interpret the conflict as anxiety. Anxiety, however, is a learned trait. Anxiety is not designed into the human system from birth. While our physiology can invoke it, our minds and bodies are not designed to operate anxiously beyond short moments to fire up the sympathetic nervous system in case of danger, real danger. The mind, however, cannot tell the difference between mental images or beliefs and reality. So by holding on to patterns, beliefs, and experiences, the mind becomes overloaded with them. Now, anxiety is time-bound to the future. This means you can't be anxious about the past or the present, but you can be anxious about the future. Beliefs and past experiences are had, and then the mind future projects the issues repeatedly into the future. This can include thoughts of, I could, it might, what if. Recognizing anxiety as future-based, it becomes easier to recognize the patterns in one's mind that are causing the anxiety. There are many approaches to reducing and solving anxiety. The most effective methods currently understood is to identify the underlying patterns, beliefs, and experiences, and then applying techniques that allow the mind to let them go. The mind is designed to let things go. While when younger it happens naturally, as people grow up, most people forget how to let things go. And after years of overloading the mind and the body, techniques and professionals can be needed to help speed up the healing process. 2 techniques that are useful to reduce or solve anxiety include EMDR and emotional reframing. EMDR is a technique based on the proven success that a mind, when fully activated, can process and let go of any pattern, belief, or experience. To use EMDR, think about when your anxiety first started. Find the original experience or as close to it as possible. Next, holding that thought in your mind, begin moving your eyes from side to side. This eye movement begins synchronizing both brain hemispheres. As you continue with this eye movement, the mind will process the pattern, belief, or experience. Afterwards, you'll notice a new wholesome idea pop into your mind. This is the new pattern your mind will now operate with. To learn more about this technique, check out my EMDR technique video. The second technique, emotional reframing, is a technique based on the process that patterns, beliefs, and experiences are integrated with emotions. By willfully changing the emotion, how you relate to the pattern, belief, or experience will also change. This change reduces or solves the anxiety. Here's how to do it. Imagine the pattern, belief, or experience you want to change. Next, imagine a new emotion to replace the old emotion with. Then, slowly overlap the new emotion onto the old emotion so it replaces it. This may take a few repeats to fully integrate the new emotion. To learn more about this technique, check out my emotional reframing technique video. EMDR and emotional reframing are functional and proven techniques that can reduce and solve the underlying causes of your anxiety. Hopefully you will find them as useful as so many others have. Alright, well, thank you for spending this time with me and learning about anxiety and how to start living a happier life. If you're looking to work with a professional therapist who specializes in overcoming anxiety, depression, PTSD, and stress, then consider contacting me for a free 45-minute clarity call. During this call, we'll discuss your current situation, your desired outcomes, how my results breakthrough therapy works, and if it's right for you. You'll gain deeper insight into your situation and learn whether or not my proven method can help you achieve your goals. You can contact me at this link. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful day.